Damn, I look red. Don't I look like a heirloom or a Roma tomato or some shit? Maybe it's because my hair. Should have combed it. Well, that's why hats were invented. You know. What's cracking? What's good, everybody? So this time around, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite games of all time. Very nostalgic to me. It means a lot. And, you know, even especially in these crazy ass times, this game just seems to put a smile on my face. I already went through it a bunch of times, and it just always feels new and fresh to me each time. So which game am I talking about? If you haven't read the title yet, I'm talking about Donkey Kong motherfucking Country. Now we're playing on my original Super Nintendo, but I am having some technical difficulties, which means I don't know where I put the fucking cords. I probably left it in the garage, and what box? I have no idea, but it's cool. I'm going to be using the SNES Mini anyway, so it ain't no thing. So without wasting any time at all, let's get into it. Donkey Kong Country is one of my favorite games of all time. From the fast action gameplay to the frustrating platforming, specifically these fucking rail car levels. Fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck this shit. Ha! All done. Despite that, the game is fairly easy and can be accomplished within a couple of hours. But don't let that throw you off too much. Donkey Kong has enough and then some to keep you entertained. And yeah, it does have some replay value because when you complete the game, it'll tell you you have a certain amount of percentage that you've accomplished and that you need a little bit more, which means you got to go and find all the secrets. The game is a beautiful piece of art. Compared to many titles before it, Donkey Kong Country was an anomaly at the time. So here's a quick summary. The game is about two Kongs called Donkey and Diddy, who are forced to travel through Kong Island in search for K. Rool to get their stash of bananas back. I know it sounds stupid, but it's understandable. The enemies are interesting. You have different colored sized beavers and bees, these puny fucking cracked out crocodiles, this fat motherfucker here, or this buff bastard, who, mind you, can only be defeated by DK. By the way, Diddy has a 0 chance in hell. Maybe next time, buddy. How about some Donkey Kong Pop Quiz? For your first question, what is this enemy's name? If you thought just a clam, you are wrong. It is a fucking clambo. Next question, how about them? What is this enemy called? If you guess a mini crocodile, it is a fucking claptrap. Alright, the final question for the win. What is the name of this enemy? If you've guessed octopus, you are 50% right because it is called a fucking croctopus.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Just like Super Mario World before that, Donkey Kong Country has an overworld map with 7 mini worlds inside, all different and difficult in the last. What's cool are the little mini games in each level. You have balloon hide and seek, spell the word, stomp on these, and you have 60 seconds to collect as much of these as possible. In all seriousness though, they are a great way of collecting extra lives. Speaking of extra, you can visit other Kongs on the island. You have Cranky the OG, you know, this guy, who by the way, why isn't the island shaped like him? Well, either Donkey Kong is just a narcissistic asshole, or, you know, Grandpa Cranky loves him a little more than he actually shows. Next you have Funky, the cool uncle who lives in a shack near the beach, who plays guitar, surfs, and picks up bitches. And last, but definitely not least, you have Just Like Candy, Candy, the hairy girl next door, who's honestly willing to give you a place to stay and rest. DK, you ain't in the friend zone, my guy. Those are real kisses. But in typical machismo fashion, you get what you need and leave. In the words of Eminem, I can hold you in the morning, but in the evening, I gotta go. Like I had mentioned before, the game is a piece of art, but the graphics are a thing of beauty. Let me tell you about the music. It fucking rocks. Man, I love this soundtrack. Sometimes I'm at work and I just put on YouTube, search up Donkey Kong Country soundtrack and just listen to it for the next like 45 minutes. It's quite nostalgic actually. I love it. Starting with the intro all the way to K. Rool's ship, the tunes are catchy as hell. And obviously the most psychedelic being aquatic ambience. Oh yeah, and one more thing. You have pets. Yeah, 2 monkeys have pets. Isn't it usually the other way around that humans have monkeys as pets? But here you have a rampaging rhino, an ostrich on PCP, the psychedelic toad from Futurama, and just a regular swordfish, and the greatest one of all, a useless fucking parrot that you only use in one level and does nothing but holds a fucking lantern. Let that sink in. In Donkey Kong Country 2, this bird is useful as hell. But here, just hold my light. How fucking stupid is that?
Remember when people used to wear their hats like this? I'm not gonna lie, I used to have some visors that I used to just put like this, and I thought I was cool and fresh. I was like, yo, or I'll put it upside down like that, like I was fucking B-Rad from Malibu's Most Wanted. Anyway, like I had mentioned before, Donkey Kong Country means a lot to me. And more than, you know, anybody would think a video game means to a person. I mean, it was just, aside from it being the first Nintendo game that I've ever played, the first home video game that I've ever played, it just takes me back to a time where a time was simple. You know what I mean? Like, recently I just lost my mom, so this game here just has been getting me through it, and playing it over and over just sends me back to being 5 years old, sitting on the floor of my cousin's room, you know, passing the controller around and seeing who can get the furthest. Because I mean, when I first played this, I sucked ass. I was always losing, and to me, I didn't care. I mean, it was a game. The music was great, the graphics were fucking beautiful. I just couldn't get enough of it. As I got older, I just knew in my mind, like, I have to get a Super Nintendo, and when I do, this is a game that I definitely have to own, because it just means so goddamn much to me. And, you know, the memories that come along with it. This isn't my original copy. I bought this probably a few years ago, but like I said, the game itself is a masterpiece. And of course, I'm going to be completely biased because of the nostalgia attached to it. So, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to argue with me on this one, because this game is great. You know, people would argue which is better, the first, second, or third. Most people agree that the third is the hardest and probably the least favorite of the three. But it's usually a tie between the first and second. Most people say second, I say the first. Fuck that. So, again, thank you guys very much. And until next time, catch you on the next one, alright? Deusa.